Welcome to the world of haunted gramophone tales, where every spin brings a new spine-tingling story. Welcome to the Abandoned Amusement Park. The city was rife with rumors of an abandoned amusement park on the outskirts of town. It was said to have been built by a wealthy entrepreneur, but after several accidents and incidents, it was closed down and left to decay. Three friends, Ashley, Jake, and Ryan, decided to explore the park and see if the rumors were true. They set off early one Saturday morning with a sense of adventure and excitement. As they approached the park, they could see the overgrown trees and broken down rides. Ashley shuddered as she saw the rusted Ferris wheel towering over them. "This place gives me the creeps," she whispered. "Come on, Ashley," Jake said, putting a comforting arm around her. "It'll be an adventure. We can tell everyone we were the first ones to explore this place." Ryan nodded in agreement, and the three of them entered the park. As they walked through the park, the friends were amazed at its size. They saw the remnants of a roller coaster, a merry-go-round, and a haunted house. As they explored further, they came across a small building with the words "Fun House" written above the door. They pushed the door open and stepped inside. The interior was dark and musty, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling and dust covering every surface. Ashley was already feeling uneasy when she noticed one of the clown figures in the corner start to move. She screamed and jumped back, grabbing onto Jake and Ryan. "It's just the wind," Ryan said, trying to calm her down. But then they heard footsteps coming towards them. They turned to run, but a figure appeared in front of them, blocking their exit. "Who are you?" Jake asked, trying to hide the fear in his voice. The figure didn't answer, but instead pointed towards the back of the funhouse. The friends hesitantly followed the figure until they came across a room filled with old props and costumes. The figure finally spoke. "This was my home, my stage. But after the park closed, I was forgotten. Now I'm here, trapped in this place." The friends listened as the figure told them his story. He was once the star clown of the park and had performed in the funhouse for years. He loved entertaining the crowds and being the center of attention. But when the park closed, he was left behind. He had tried to escape, but every path he took led him back to the funhouse. He was trapped, just like the friends were now. "I've been trying to escape, but I can't," he said, desperation creeping into his voice. "I'm trapped here, forever." The friends tried to comfort the clown, but they soon realized that they were trapped as well. However, after talking to the clown, they managed to find a way out of the funhouse. As they stepped outside, the friends were immediately enveloped by the creepy atmosphere of the park. Ashley stumbled and fell, screaming in terror as she saw a ghostly figure floating in front of her. Jake and Ryan rushed to help her, but the figure disappeared. "What the hell is going on here?" Jake yelled. The three friends tried every path that led outside the park, but each one took them back to the funhouse. It seemed like the park was alive and was trying to keep them captive. "The park is controlling the paths," the clown warned. "It's impossible for you to leave. The park is alive, and it wants to keep you here forever." As the three friends came together at the funhouse again, Ashley says, "Hey guys, it looks like all the paths lead back to the funhouse. But every time we try to follow one, we pass a fortune teller halfway." "Ryan, what do you think we should do, Ashley?" "Ashley, I think we should try one path again and stop at the fortune teller. Maybe we find something that could help us." "Jake, Okay, let's give it a try. As they approached the fortune teller's booth, they could see that it was small and run down. The fortune teller's eyes were dark and piercing, and he seemed to know more about the park than anyone else. You three have entered the park at your own risk, the fortune teller warned. But if you want to leave, you must complete 3 tasks. Only one of you will survive. The first task was for Ryan to retrieve a key from the haunted house. Ryan was scared, but he didn't want to let his friends down. He bravely entered the haunted house and encountered ghostly figures and terrifying creatures. But as he reached for the key, he was grabbed by a ghastly hand and pulled into the darkness. Ashley and Jake tried to save him, but it was too late. Ryan had sacrificed himself for their chance to escape. The second task was for Jake to retrieve a gem from the bottom of a murky lake. Jake didn't hesitate, even though he knew the lake was rumored to be home to a monster. He waded into the lake and started diving, searching for the gem. But as he reached the bottom, he was grabbed by a tentacle and slowly pulled underwater. Ashley tried to save him, but it was too late. Jake had given his life for her chance to escape. The final task was for Ashley to retrieve a scroll from the top of the Ferris wheel. Ashley was determined to save herself and honor the sacrifices of her friends. She climbed the Ferris wheel, facing her fears, and encountered several obstacles along the way. Finally, she reached the top and found the scroll. But as she was about to return to the ground, the Ferris wheel suddenly started to spin out of control. Ashley clung to the scroll, fighting to stay alive, until the Ferris wheel finally came to a stop and she fell to the ground. The next morning, Ashley was found by rescue workers. She was alive, but she was scared and traumatized. She did not look at anyone, she never spoke a word again, and the fate of Ryan and Jake remained a mystery. The scroll was found clutched in Ashley's hand, its ancient parchment crinkled and worn. The ink on it was smudged and smeared, but the message was clear. You thought this was just a game, but it was all too real. The spirits of the park have claimed 2, but one remains as a warning to all who enter. Their fate is now yours. Beware the laughter that echoes in the darkness, for it is the harbinger of doom. Do not enter lightly, for you may never leave. The rescue workers shuddered as they read the scroll, feeling a chill run down their spines. The amusement park was abandoned once again, its secrets and horrors still trapped within its walls, waiting for the next unsuspecting victim to enter. And if you don't want to be haunted by ghosts tonight, hit the like button and subscribe for more spooky content. Sweet dreams.